in a raptor, and I wasn't, you know, whatever, and just sort of go completely blank in order to get it done, because we were very deeply caught in a moment of grief, and we both do still feel it. But there's always humor, right? Especially with him.
Yes, right here.
It's obvious these two people have wonderful charisma together, and we still do. Have you had opportunities to work together since the show, or do you see that to work together again?
I wanted to be on her show, but there was no room for me.
It's not over. This is not the end of this story. We're trying to figure out how do we put Edward James Olmos into my show in a whole other form. No, but here's the thing. One of the reasons that I am fortunate enough to be doing Major Crimes is that James Duff, the creator, is a huge Battlestar Galactica fan. And so he wants to have the entire cast come on at some point. But we have to make sure that we get past the first episode of the second season. Do you know what I mean? Episode number 6 of season number 2. So we're almost there.
Go ahead.
Quick question. So I just actually finished the series for the first time. And I was kind of curious as to what the writers intended for the visions that you had while you were going through your treatment. To be part of the storyline that would lead the people to Earth, or were they just, because in the visions it talked about a dying leader not making it, but you did.
Well, there was always an ambiguity in the story, in the reality of it, in whether or not it was literal, in, you know, that sort of dream world level of it. And he kind of left it ambiguous. It wasn't like a clearly defined story that then they softened or changed. It was that this was part of a fabric of the mystery of life. And we do repeat patterns that are, my belief anyway, is that we on the planet do repeat major religious, political, and social patterns again and again and again as we try and define ourselves beyond what we know as human. So I think that was part of the idea. But it was left kind of, I think it's ambiguous, not ambivalent, ambiguous. And that's kind of how I heard it in my heart. Sometimes I really believed that what I was seeing was the thing that we needed, and other times Laura felt like she was losing her mind. And I think that's right. I mean, she was doing drugs, and they were good. So, I hope that answered.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Oh, see, you should all be up here, right?
Well, a lot of science fictions don't have enough strong women characters. This show has a strong woman character base.
Yeah.
Your character, Tricia Helfer, Katie Seckhoff, Grace
yeah.
Park.
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you feel about that? I mean, having to play a part, and on top of that, also, you know, a Latino character, which
Yes.
is very, you know.
Well, it was completely appropriate to Ron Moore, who has a very humanitarian and global intelligence, really. It's intelligent to put women and men in the same position. It is intelligent to create television shows with diversity. I mean, if we're not doing that, we're failing to create anything that even begins to mirror who we are. I mean, look at this room. Do you know what I'm saying? So we felt thrilled by the diversity in that. I think that women still have a big hill to climb, and it's getting better, but we have to keep working at, as that wonderful book that was recently published has said, as leaning in to positions of leadership and power. So anytime I get a chance to swim in those waters, I'm grateful. Major Crimes helps. There's a little diversity there too, and that's
Yes.
getting better.
Go ahead.